Yo, this is Big Jake reporting live about the kickboxing boy. Boy, we heard about Elliot McDiva and how he got the principal fired and everything and sent to jail. But did he ever get revenge for his grandfather? Watch and find out. Okay, Elliot McDiva was at the top of his peak. Being a kickboxer, working on his future of becoming a kickboxer, until finally the kickboxing season came to an end. He had the whole school year to spend with his family. 1 week he was getting ready to go on vacation with his family until a woman named Erica came up to his house. Well, she was invited in, and she sat down with Elliot and them and said, "What? Elliot, do you ever wonder who killed your grandfather?" And Elliot says, "I wasn't even born when my grandfather was killed." But Erica says, "I may know who killed your grandfather, but I'll need your help." At first, Elliot's mother refuses to let Elliot go, but Erica talks him into letting them know that she'll take care of Elliot. So Elliot's mom lets him go, and they started looking for some clues and evidence, and kicking bad guy butt, punching him in the gut, punching him in the face, punching them in the gut, beating up every bad guy they ever came across. Until they kept looking for clues, until finally they had to call it a day. They get reservations to a kickboxing hotel. The reservations were free for kickboxers and upcoming kickboxers like Elliot, who's 14 now. And so Erica tells him the story about being there, and how she saw the whole thing, and how his grandfather was killed, and how she swore to find the man who killed Elliot's grandfather. And Elliot tells his story about the way he got the vice principal fired, and how the vice principal was using people. Until finally it was Elliot's bedtime, and he takes a shower, brushes his teeth and everything, and hits the hay. And so finally Elliot's brother stops by for a visit. And Elliot's brother asks his mom, "Where's Elliot?" She said, "He went with some girl named Erica to solve the mystery of your grandfather." Okay. "Did you say Erica?" said Elliot's brother. "Yes, I did." So Elliot's brother Travis runs upstairs and finds the photo album of the grandfather, and he could see the man, and she could see the man and the boy, and she could see the man and the grandfather, and she could see the little girl that was right next to the man and who killed the grandfather. He looks up on her on the computer and saw something that made his eyes grow wide. I'd, I'd, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. The big sister saw it too. We gotta get to Las Vegas. So they hop on a plane from Tennessee to Las Vegas. Yes. Meanwhile, back in Las Vegas, yes, Elliot was having breakfast at a buffet. He ate like 15 plates. And he burped for like 15 seconds. I mean, literally burped like 15 seconds. Then they went back to looking for clues and kicking bad guy butt until finally they met up with the head honcho. Oh, it was the man who murdered Elliot's grandfather. Elliot was about to charge right at him until all of a sudden Erica jumps right in front of him and pulls a gun on him. Come and catches him in their trap. Turns out that Erica was Rupert's. That's the killer's name. Turns out that Erica was Rupert's daughter. And Elliot was outraged and confused. How could you? He screamed. It was so easy. See, I can't believe you bought it. She was laughing and making fun of him. Rupert was about to kill Elliot until shoot him in the head, but till all of a sudden, and the brother and sister jumps out and starts fighting them. The big sister was able to get Elliot out of that trap, but Rupert and Erica make the getaway. And so, and then they found direction, and then they looked on Rupert and Erica's computer and saw directions to their house. And so Elliot and his brother and sister hopped back on a flight back to Tennessee. But while they were on that flight, Elliot started having a few doubts about himself. I can't believe how stupid I was to believe them. Everyone makes mistakes. The brother brings him up. Everyone makes mistakes. They fooled all of us. That girl fooled all of us. She was evil to begin with, and it was just a mistake. Elliot was about to give up on kickboxing, but the brother brings him back up by doing this. You shouldn't give up on kickboxing just because of that one simple mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. She's not perfect. No one is. No one is. So if you make a mistake like that, you just pick yourself up and just go on. All right? You should keep fighting for your dreams. Means to never give up, no matter what, no matter the mistake or anything like that. Elliot felt pumped back up again, and finally they touched down in Tennessee and rush on home. They look around the house and didn't see Elliot, Erica, or Rupert anywhere. And so they were about to walk into the house and finish packing. All of a sudden, Rupert and Erica jump right in front of the front door and pull out guns. Elliot, El, Elliot and the brother and sister were forced inside where they where their moms and where their mom, dad, and everyone else were already tied up. And suddenly, and Rupert and Elliot yells at Rupert, "How could you do this?" This Rupert tells the story. Back in high school, I tried to get into kickboxing by eating, but the coach found out and I was banned from kickboxing. So now, I got even I thought I was even by killing your grandfather, but now I found out that wasn't enough. When I saw you kickboxing in your school, well, and found out that you were the grandson of that man, I I found out that I was not even. So now I'm gonna get even by killing every kickboxer and upcoming kickboxer in the world. Then I'll be the only kickboxer that ever dominated. Hated. Elliot said, cheating is not the way. You need to fight fair and square. The man yells, shut up! What's the point of having rules if we don't have a chance of breaking them? It's unfair. There. So now it's time to play by my own dirty rules, and get rid of every kickboxer in the whole world. Goodbye. Just when the situation seemed hopeless and Elliot and his family were about to die, Elliot's best friend, and the Mexican kid who was a bully, and the rest of Elliot's friends jumped right in and kicked the guns right out of the criminals' hands, right out of Erica and Rupert's hand. A girl named Alana comes in and unties the entire family, and then Elliot, his brother and sister, and his mother starts fighting Erica and Rupert. The mother and the sister took Erica, the brother and Elliot took Rupert, and it was a back and forth fight. They were punching each other in the face, in the guts, everywhere. It was everywhere. It was insane. They pounded the tar. They literally pounded the tar out of each other. It was back and forth, until finally, Erica and Rupert were about to pull out a knife. Pulled out a knife. Elliot and all of a sudden, Alana throws something at their hands and knocks the knives, the machetes, right out of Erica and Rupert's hand. And finally, Elliot did their signature uppercut moves. A sweep and a jump uppercut. Pow! Knocking, and the sister did the same thing. Knocking Erica and Rupert out. Finally, the police come, Erica and Rupert get arrested, and were both sentenced to life in prison for first-degree murder and attempted murder. Murder. The mom says sorry to Elliot. I couldn't try. I guess I was just desperate that I wanted to find the man who murdered my father. But hey, Elliot says it's okay. And so Elliot asks his mom, you should have killed him. Did you want revenge? The mom says, I did get revenge. They're about to be locked up and never released. That's revenge enough. Elliot agrees. And finally, Alana says, Elliot, from the days back in middle school, she says, I just want you to know. She rubs his cheeks and kisses Elliot right, and Alana kisses Elliot right on the lips. Right on the lips. And finally, Elliot had a girlfriend, and finally, Elliot and his family and his new girlfriend go on vacation to Hawaii and had a great old time. I'm surfing, playing, and everything. He can still be a kickboxing boy, even if the kickboxing season is not here. And that, my friends, is the story of the kickboxing boy 2, a crook and his daughter. The end. Hit subscribe if you want to hear more stories and songs. And remember, go towards your dreams. This is Big Jake signing off. Peace out.